to the American Sports Connection. I am your host, the one and only Joey Railroads. I'm here with my buddy Rich tonight. We're going to talk about some Monday Night Raw. How's it going, Rich?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm trying to, stay cool in this friggin' humidity in the East Coast. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, today and yesterday was horrible.
I was telling Rygal, now we can't get him on, I was going to go take a walk to, get some exercise today after dropping my son off. And I walked outside and I was like, oh, fuck this.
Exactly. You know what's the good thing is that where I live, in my apartment faces towards the back. So I have the shield of all the buildings.
Nice.
So my apartment's always pretty cool. But fuck me, where my grandmother lives, which is across the street from where my daughter goes to school. Whew. I go in there every time I want to drop some pounds. It's like a sauna in there.
Oh wow.
Jesus.
All right, here's Rygal. Let's see if we can get him on. Hello?
Does that work?
Hang on 1 second.
If I get disconnected again, just go on without me, because I don't know what's going on here. It's at my end.
That's weird. I'm trying to merge you guys. Bear with me, everybody.
Sorry, everybody. I'm stupid. I suck. Because if I use it from my computer, you guys all hear my dad's television. And trying to do it on my Xbox, it keeps telling me I have an outdated version, but it won't let me update.
That's weird. Now, Rich got booted and he's trying to call back in. Hang on. Hello?
Yeah, I'm back.
All right. Rygal said it's from his end what's acting up, and I think his call just dropped. So he said just go ahead and do the show, just me and you.
Okay.
Because for some reason it's telling him to update Skype and it's not letting him. But anyway, what did you think of Raw last night?
Another hot, steamy turd that this new era crap is just the same era with the same bullshit, just different players. It's basically all it is.
Yeah, you're right.
It's the same shit. I mean, there was one missed opportunity. When you get to that point, I'll tell you. And it's always the same shit.
Yeah.
Always the same shit. But go ahead.
All right, to open the show, we had Shane and eventually Stephanie come out for the promos to talk about hyping up SmackDown going live on July 19th, I believe it is.
Mm-hmm.
Talking about doing the draft and all that good stuff. Eventually, New Day interrupts, trying to find out if they are or are not going to break up the New Day when they do the draft, and which eventually leads to a dance challenge.
Well, that didn't make sense, number one, because are New Day letting us in on a secret that they won't be tag team champions by the time, SmackDown goes live? Because the last time that I checked, if you're the tag team champions, right?
Yeah.
Then you can't get broken up. So, and since they're operating under the Freebird rule, where all three of them are the champions, then it doesn't matter if wherever show they get put on, because they all got to go. Wherever one goes, they all got to go.
Yeah, it's just it would make no sense to break them up.
Right. So, I mean, unless all of a sudden they're gonna do something where they go, well, since Kingston and Big E were the ones who pinned whomever it was back at SummerSlam to win the titles, right? Then we recognize them as the tag team champions, and Xavier, or fuck you, go somewhere else. But that's about it.
Yeah,
so,
that would be weird.
Yeah, so they're not gonna break up New Day. I think they just kind of.
I think the funniest part of this whole thing was Shane trying to dance.
Oh God, that was that was not entertaining. Like it was meant to be, I guess.
I still say I would have much rather seen Stephanie dance with New Day.
Right, but then the vaudevillains come out and screw that up.
Oh, excuse me. Well, that's a good way to get some heat.
Right.
Ruin Stephanie dancing, who never dances, for everybody.
Yeah. Outside of that time that she did it with New Day on the, remember the season premiere of Raw?
Yes.
So, I'm not sure. So, that was the season premiere, then when is the season finale?
Right.
You know what I mean? July 18th?
Yeah, I remember.
Is July 18th the season finale of Raw? And then, the next week, now that it'll be two different shows, that's the season premiere?
That's what I'm assuming.
These are all good questions that WWE needs to answer.
Well, they think we're morons.
Right. We have short-term memory. We're not supposed to remember things.
Right. Well, you're right. The Vaudevillains eventually interrupt, which leads to the Vaudevillains versus New Day.
Right. Which was an okay match.
Yeah,
and
it
then
was alright. And eventually, Anderson and Gallows attack the New Day, which means I'm assuming that they're going to throw their hat into the tag team title picture now.
that should have happened from the first fucking day.
I agree.
Because at Payback, when Enzo and Cass and the Vaudevillains are fighting each other for the right to be number one contenders, right? Why wasn't that match there, right there? New Day versus the Club, or whatever.
Yeah, whatever
Gallows and
they're
Anderson.
called.
Yeah. So that should have happened from day one. But, like I said, now it gets confusing because it's like, okay, they beat up New Day, then they also beat up Cena later. Well, like I said, when we get there.
Yeah, I know what you mean. All right, moving on after that, they had an Anderson and Gallows promo basically saying they were just getting started. They weren't done for the night.
Right. Which we all know what that turned into later.
Right, and then the other strange one for me was the Apollo Crews / Big Show promo.
Yeah, but is Apollo Crews is he exactly what they want out of the fans? He's like, I don't even know why Sheamus has a problem with me. And I was like, I clearly remember him when he was beating the shit out of you last week, saying that he had a problem with the new era, which is you. So that's why he has a problem with you.
Yeah.
And then nothing happened with that. There was no match, Big Show and Apollo against whatever, nothing. Just, okay, well, you're a good guy. So I was like, oh, okay, great.
Yeah, that was strange.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
Me neither. Next is Golden Truth arrive at ringside for our next match, which was the Usos versus Breeze and Fandango. Quick one, and the Usos win, and that's all you really need to know.
Yeah, and if you ever needed two guys to make Michael Cole and Byron Saxton seem like geniuses on mic work, that was Goldust and R-Truth.
Ooh-wee.
Jesus Christ. At one point, R-Truth called Byron Saxton coach.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, okay.
And he's like, that's Coach. And he's like, no, it's not. That's Byron. He's like, oh, my bad.
Yeah. That was dismissed really, really, really quick. But if R-Truth wasn't African American himself, but Lord, oh Lord, there'd been backlash for that.
Yeah, really. All right, next we had your favorite part of the show, Roman Reigns cutting his promo.
How do you try to make sense of saying that the guy is a stronger entity, I guess if you want to call it that, than the man? Nobody ever wants to be the guy, but correct me if I'm wrong, Joey. If you're doing something like right now, podcasting, you don't want to be called the guy. You want to be called the man. So I don't understand how you. Anyway, this is Roman Reigns, so there's a lot of things he says that only he could justify.
I know, it's strange.
And then Rollins running back and forth like he was going to get in the ring and talk on the mic, but he didn't. I was like, what is this?
I thought there for a second he was going to go get J&J Security.
Yeah. Or J&J Security would come out from behind and, start attempting to beat up Roman.
Yeah.
And that's when Seth would get in the ring and beat him up, but no. Nothing of the sort.
Just really, really weird.
Yeah, it was
like,
one of those, like,
at all.
Yeah, like, I was like, what is this? Why is this happening?
Yeah, alright, next we had Rusev versus Zack Ryder. Another quick one, and Rusev bends him in half. My God, I cringed at that too.
Yeah, they do the smart thing where they got everybody rolling on their knees now to make the move look more devastating.
Yeah.
But it still looks bad when he's pulling back too, because he could easily crack one of his vertebrae in his neck.
Absolutely.
So they're making Rusev trying to get him to do that strong push, and we all predicted wrongfully that Cena would be the one to come and beat him for the title, but we got Titus instead of his meet and greets. Yeah, instead of his meet and greets and his sexually suggestive stop smoking ads with Natalya. I was like, okay, so
yeah,
Titus is the Patriot.
I'm sure her husband really loves that.
Yeah, so I don't know where they're going with this, but I know it's going to lead to a match somewhere down the road where
I'm surprised they're actually pushing Titus.
Yeah, pushing him to feed him to Rusev. That's what I think.
You might be
just
right.
Just let Rusev beat this big guy.
Hey, give me 1 second. Rygal said he reinstalled all his stuff that he needed to do. I have to hang this up real quick and call you right back.
Okay, no problem.
All right, give me 1 sec. Bear with me, everybody. Every Tuesday night it wants to do this. My apologies. All right, hang on 1 second. I'm going to try and get him on here now.
Okay.
See if we fixed it.
Hello?
Hi.
Hey!
Welcome back.
Yeah, I have no idea. Like, they didn't give me an update option, so I had to uninstall it, wait for it to uninstall, and then reinstall it on my Xbox. Because if I use my other mic, you hear my dad's TV more than you hear me. I didn't want to do that to the podcast.
Yeah,
now I have.
That's weird.
But you know what's weird is that now that you called in, I hear an echo of myself. And I hear an echo of Joey, but I don't hear an echo from you.
I have no idea why.
Yeah, me neither.
Because I'm on a legit Skype, so.
Oh, well, we'll just wing it.
Hey, if the people watching don't mind, I don't mind.
But how are you hearing it? You're hearing yourself?
As I'm talking right now, I hear an echo of myself in the background. And when Joey talks, I hear an echo of him. But when you talk, I hear no echo.
And I don't hear either.
Weird.
Okay.
We'll just wing it.
Yeah.
What were you fellas talking about? You swell fellas.
Yeah, we were just talking about Titus probably going to eventually fight Rusev for the U.S. title.
I like it.
And I said they're going to feed Titus to Rusev.
Probably.
Yeah.
But he's a nobody, so what are they really feeding him? Like, you know what I mean? Like, they've done such a good job making sure Titus was a nobody.
Yeah, new era, new people challenging for championships, I guess. That was the Shane McMahon pick of the night.
Yes, the new era.
Yeah.
After that, we eventually have a Charlotte promo with Stephanie.
The pot calling the kettle black.
Yeah, that was really odd. Where she's like, "I hate what you did."
Yeah, and saying that what was she that she's she's a brat and that she's whatever. Basically describing herself.
I'm like, didn't you tell your father you wish he was dead and try to take his company away from him?
Exactly.
Like, drug your mother and say you wanted to kill your mother. I don't remember that whole storyline, but...
You're not supposed to right now. Remember, it's WWE short-term memory. Okay? You don't remember things like that. You only remember from what happens Monday, and that's it. And then after Monday, you don't even remember what happened when we watched again next Monday.
You know what? You're 100% right.
Mm-hmm.
That's all that they want. You're so right.
Because in 2002, Rikishi was rubbing his bum in people's faces with the stink face, right?
Yes.
But 2 years earlier, he attempted to kill a man with a car. But that doesn't matter because he's rubbing his butt in another guy's face now.
And that's funny because he's fat.
And the sad part is he's going to like these Comic-Cons and stuff and he's charging for him to rub his ass in your face.
Hey, if he can make money off of it, shit, I wish I could judge people to rub my ass in their face.
I'm just saying, I'm like, that people would actually pay for that.
Yeah, because I was going to tell you, who's really the asshole, Rikishi or the guy who's paying for Rikishi to do that to them?
Exactly.
Kevin Matthews from Pro Wrestling Syndicate made a fuck ton of money giving some old man Nelsons. That's like not a joke. Like, that's legit. I think he bought Kevin a car on top of everything else, and he'd pay these guys so much money just to give him Nelsons until he passed out.
Wow.
Yeah, there's something wrong with it, but he got no problem with it. Kevin's like, hey, fucking pay me to give him Nelsons.
Yeah, why not? All right.
No, I often forget we have people listening in like that. We're not just talking.
No, you're fine, dude.
I just think it's the most random shit I come out with. No, it's good.
Dude, after this episode of Raw, we should all just come out with random stuff to talk about.
Dude, if it wasn't for the chat room we were in last night, I probably wouldn't have made it.
I had to watch the end of Raw this morning because I didn't make it. I was in bed by like 10 o'clock.
You didn't miss much. Well, you saw it this morning, but yeah.
Yeah, no, I kind of breezed through it to see if there's any big storyline stuff because...
I was going to say, after this was Enzo and Cass cutting their promo, which is always hilarious.
Yes.
Cass could have named 5 foods last week, but he named like 13 different cheeses yesterday.
That was fucking funny.
Yeah.
Cass is going to be something.
Yeah.
They basically replaced the what with the how you doing.
Yeah.
How you doing?
Another team that watch them do something stupid and break them up in the drafting now.
Man, I hope not.
I hope they don't either. But
they don't want to really split up. Their goal is tag team gold. And I've heard them say in many interviews saying that they grew up fans of tag team wrestling. You just don't have it anymore.
Right. But at the end of the day, it's not what they want. And you know this.
I know.
So when Vince gives you that ultimatum of, okay, you'll be a tag team and I'll bury you, where you'll be losing to the Shining Stars on Superstars.
Jesus Christ, the Shining Stars.
Yeah, their debut was so bad they haven't been on television since wrestling.
Did we call that or what?
Bro, they're gonna repackage them again.
Yep.
But yeah, guys with actual fucking, talent and are getting over, like Barrett and Sandow, get one chance and get fired.
Yep.
See, that I don't understand. Like as a business thing, like Zack Ryder and Damian Sandow are two things that I don't get because they built themselves with no help from WWE, which basically made them the most cost-efficient talent that they had. Basically, anything that they were making off of them was just a byproduct of them getting themselves over, and it's free work for WWE.
They don't like that.
I don't understand why. That's like, look what they can do.
Happy.
Like, I didn't have to spend any money, and people are gonna come watch you wrestle, and all I gotta do, like, even if you never give him a title, you put him, like, against the Intercontinental Champion, or you keep him in high profile. Don't drop him out every fucking week.
That's Vince, bro. If he didn't create you, it don't matter if you even created yourself in his company. It ain't gonna happen.
See, but that's what I just don't get.
It's weird because it's like, I'm going to get you over, not you.
Exactly.
And it's like, okay, like Sandel, they could have given him fucking anything and he would have been over.
Exactly.
But hey. Which eventually leads to Enzo and Cass versus the Dudleys again. It was a good match. Enzo and Cass eventually win.
Yeah, and then the Dudley boys had like this confusing look on their face when the match was over. So I don't know if they're gonna actually play that into the story, like be like, you know, they're gonna split up now and Bubba will go on his own or whatever. They're Dudley boys are just there right now, putting over town like they said they would.
In the past, he has said he didn't think the Bully Ray gimmick would work in a PG environment. Do you agree? Because he has said it himself, and to an extent, I agree. Because they're so anti-bully.
Right. They're anti-bully, but yet they bully.
Yeah, that's a weird...
That's a whole nother ball of wax.
Yeah.
And the number one spokesman tends to be Stephanie, and she's a fucking conniving, lying, spiteful heel.
Right. And a bully who emasculates every guy that she's in a segment with.
And it's funny because she told the story where she's like, "That's a character."
I have a question for you guys. Where do you think the WWE was going with the Who Killed McMahon angle before Benoit decided to go kill his family and they had to kill the angle 1 week after they started it? Because you do realize that, right? They killed McMahon the week before Benoit killed his family. So basically, it was supposed to be Who Killed Vince McMahon week on Monday Night Raw. Instead it turned into Memorial for Chris Benoit. But you do realize that timing, don't you?
That whole storyline was fucked. It was supposed to be Linda McMahon plotted to kill him, to take over the company, but his illegitimate son, who was supposed to be played by Ken Kennedy, right? Yeah, helped him find out or some shit, and it was all fucked because Kennedy got suspended. It was. I don't even know where it was. It supposed to culminate in a match between. Oh yeah, it was supposed to culminate in a match between Kennedy and Triple H at some point for like control of the company.
And then Vince was going to come back?
Yeah. So I've read.
Yeah, that's the one on the street.
That's just, I don't know.
All right,
worst timing ever.
Moving on. We had John Cena make his triumphant return.
It was a cool segment. I was cool with it.
Yeah, because AJ eventually interrupts for those that didn't see it. Anderson and Gallows come out, and basically AJ turns heel and all three attack Cena.
And maybe I'm alone. Maybe I'm alone on this. That was the missed opportunity right there to turn Cena heel.
I think they may do better with AJ heel.
Oh yeah, AJ's a much better heel than Cena because nobody even remembers Cena the heel. But now that you're heading in this new direction of a new era and all that, right? And guys like John Cena are getting played out, a la Hogan 1996, then that could have been the perfect thing to breathe new air into that, Cena character. But
I think that's a horse that they can beat forever. Unfortunately, I've given up hope. I love it. I would fucking love it, but it's not happening.
Well, the other thing that I thought was strange is Styles is going heel when he's like one of your top merch sellers.
But he's one of those people, he'll still sell a lot of heel merch.
And what I don't understand is why have them do that whole thing where they're like, you go your way, we'll go ours. And then it's like, okay. And then they have zero interaction with each other up until last night. Like, make it, since this is John Cena that they're doing this dastardly turn on, right? Why not do like, why not copy a TNA thing and make it seem like, oh yeah, we made you think we didn't like him because we were beating him up this whole time.
Yeah, I think it was kind of too fast of a reveal, possibly, but, at least they're doing something different, so.
Yeah, try something different. Next, we had Dana Brooke versus Natty.
Yeah, I don't like Dana Brooke. I think she looks like plastic, so she's not even hot. I don't know how people think she's hot. She looks like a fucking duck.
This is what happens, ladies and gentlemen, when you have too much plastic surgery.
Yeah, bro, she used to be pretty, but like she has permanent duck face now.
Yep.
That shit ain't cool.
And it's not attractive in any sense of the word.
When I first saw her, I was like, did they really hire a porn star?
Yeah, bro. She just looks like she went to the worst plastic surgeon she could find. Like, opened up, like, Yelp. And, like, organized by, like, rating and went to the bottom and said, I want to go to this guy. He seems good.
Or one of those dudes that, like, does it in a hotel room.
Exactly.
But this is a quick match. Dana Brooke wins. Her and Charlotte beat up Natty, and Becky Lynch comes out to make the save. So I'm assuming they're going to start back up Becky Lynch and Charlotte.
Yeah. En road to hopefully Charlotte and Sasha Banks.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck they're doing, but there's really nobody else to hold the belt, so other than... I don't, for whatever reason, they don't have faith in Becky. They didn't in NXT, and now they don't again.
I know, it's weird because I thought they were going to bury her, but she got herself over.
I firmly believe they're trying to just get Sasha off TV because they have nothing for her to do right now. Yeah. I expect to see her when they're ready to push her. Because people will say, oh, well, she's been injured. Yeah, she hasn't been injured that long.
No, and it's just strange that you would keep one of your top females off television just because, oh, we're going to wait till it's time to give you your major push. Wouldn't you kind of keep them on television to make them still relevant? You know what I mean?
Not if they don't have anything for them.
Okay.
Because otherwise they may just get stale. How do you keep them looking strong? When you only have one strong heel character, which is the champion who's in a feud with somebody else. They have no real established female talent, and I hate saying that because a couple months ago there was such high hopes, but who's another heel?
Nobody.
You got Alicia Fox, who changes her fucking alignment every 3 months with no storyline, just, oh, she's tagged with the good people this week. So there's very little thought put together. So that's the product. You get no fucking definitive, and you didn't even have a heel before last week. You kind of had a heel, but it took last week to her full blown turning on Rick. So that's WWE's fault. The Bellas was something at least. Now they're gone and they're not replaced. That's why Dana Brooke is there.
Yeah,
not because she's good at what she does.
The Bellas had like major I hate you heat.
Yeah, so fuck them.
I couldn't have said it better myself. Alright, next we had Ziggler versus Corbin in a, quote, technical wrestling match.
Ziggler rips off Shawn Michaels. Ziggler rips off Chris Jericho with the 1004 holds thing. They do a whole piece on how he was a collegiate wrestler. Just for him to put on Rick Steiner headgear and kick him in the nuts.
Oh, boy. I somehow missed that.
I get a kick out of it just because I don't like Corbin. Yeah, this was basically a no contest, and I didn't really understand the point.
Yeah.
Because
you know what? I read that this morning, and I was like, wait a second. They had Ziggler, and I had no interest in it after that point. I was like, I know Mike's going to ask me about it, but I'm like, he kicked him in the dick. What else can I say?
Yeah, well, there's nothing else to say. I agree. All right, and the main event, Ambrose, Cesaro, and Sami Zayn versus Jericho, Owens, and Del Rio.
Not a bad match.
Nah, it wasn't bad at all.
No protection of kayfabe in this one because while I'm watching it, I'm hearing them in the ring going, Claudio. I'm like, wow. Is it that hard just to call him Cesaro? Like,
Who was doing that?
Jericho did it. Owens did it. Sami Zayn did it.
Jesus Christ.
You heard over and over, Claudio. I'm like, oh shit. So do they not realize that there's mics everywhere?
Yeah, literally everywhere.
Yeah, it's like, is it really hard enough to call you by your stage name, for Christ's sake?
Seriously.
I thought this was a good match. It's just the problem I had is when you have 6 men where you throw like 6 of your bigger stars in it, it's like the rest of the show is going to suffer.
Right. And another thing was, up until this match was advertised live on Raw,
Yeah.
there was those six guys, and that, one black hologram there saying, that there was still another guy left to be put in the match. And then all of a sudden it just magically disappeared.
That's weird.
So, yeah, that's right. That was supposed to be the condition of the match, right?
Yeah, because the match was supposed to be 7 guys. So now it's down to 6, unless something happens on SmackDown.
Well, is the pay-per-view this weekend?
No, the pay-per-view is
Father's Day,
the 19th.
Okay, so there's still time for shit to happen.
I'm just curious who the last guy's going to be.
I thought it would have been Kalisto, but I don't know.
Because obviously it's not going to be Cena because they're going to put him in with AJ now.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it'll either
those will be great matches.
Yes.
Oh, I think so. I think people... Well, it's going to be at that point where people can't say Cena can't wrestle anymore.
Well, I really can't say he can't for the last year before he got injured because he had all the U.S. title open challenges and had great matches with everybody.
Yeah, I mean, like, look, there was a time where he wasn't the best, so he got fuck ton better, bro.
Yeah, he really did.
Yeah, the matches he has in Seth Rollins in the summer were great.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. I was going to say you could have even said he was Wrestler of the Year last year when he had all those crazy matches on Raw.
For a good portion of the year, yes.
Yeah, I can't disagree with that statement.
All right, eventually Ambrose, Cesaro, and Sami Zayn win when Ambrose hits Kevin Owens with Dirty Deeds. And the Raw ended like really quickly, like nothing super like dramatic or anything after the show. It just was like, yeah, he won and see you later.
Yeah, like, I thought for a second maybe the lights, would go off or they do that scene with the lights and maybe Bray Wyatt will show up and say he's the 7th guy in the thing or something like that.
Yeah.
But nothing. No, tune into Seth Rollins' documentary coming up next.
Are you talking in your phone, Rich? Because you sound like you're out in left field. I can like barely hear you.
Yeah, bro, you got static. You sound far away, or like you're losing signal.
All right, let me hang up and call you guys back.
All right then. Did you get to see the WWE 24 on Seth Rollins, dude?
No, I'm actually looking very forward to that. If I wasn't going to be able to call back, that's what my plan for tonight was going to be.
Dude, I watched it this morning. It's really good.
Yeah, no, I wanted to, but like literally, I walked in the door, my girlfriend or my fiance called, and then 5 minutes later, not even 2 minutes later, her mother called and said she was here too. So I was like, oh, there goes my day. So yeah, I've been busy. Sucks.
Such is life.
Hello?
Such is life.
Hey,
hi.
welcome back.
Sound better?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, great.
We were just talking about the see Seth Rollins WWE 24. Rygal hasn't seen it yet.
Yeah, no, I haven't seen it yet, but I'm gonna watch it as soon as we hang up.
Well, one thing that they did, which was great, was that they actually made it a full hour. They didn't do like a 20-minute thing that they usually do on WWE 24.
Yeah, they did like 50 minutes.
Right. And they told this story pretty quickly. So if you're expecting a Seth Rollins best of DVD 3-pack in the near future, tough.
No, I like their 24s.
It's basically like they showed him from the time he grew up till now, like the quickest possible way you could.
Basically.
And then focused on his rehab.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very much.
Yo, that dude's a fucking beast.
Dude,
He's a fucking beast.
4 hours a day of rehab.
Bro, but his CrossFit, like, CrossFit is ridiculous. And he does this shit for fun. He does CrossFit. He's been doing CrossFit competitions the last couple months.
Yeah, they were
Like,
showing like some of the stuff he was doing, like to get warmed up and stuff. It's just like crazy.
And then he filmed a movie. He
Yep.
just got finished filming a movie. So
Yeah.
people, I mean, like, he's been healed. He's probably been in better shape than my body is for the last, I'll say, 2 months. I mean, he's back in the ring now, but he was filming movies and doing CrossFit competitions. So, I mean, he's been okay to be in the ring for quite a while. So he's just been chillaxing. That tells you how quick he got ready.
But I'll tell you one thing that's not really a spoiler right now. He does not want to do the pedigree.
It's not his choice to be doing the pedigree? Oh, what, because of his knees or just because of the move?
Yeah,
Oh.
he doesn't want it because he doesn't want to drop down on his knees. So he's like, every time he thinks about it, he's like, fuck, I don't want to do it.
Like he's nervous that it's going to screw up his knee.
I would be too. That's your career you're talking about.
The other thing we got to talk about, fellas, is the major disappointment of the hatch.
Well,
God.
all I took away from that last night, and now I see people beginning to pick up on it. I actually saw the first internet story on it. Is the little Easter egg at the end with Suplex City?
Yeah.
My only question is, the guy that you worked so hard to bury 13 years ago when he was there, how is that the guy now that you're like, buy this video game because of him?
They'll probably do a whole WCW theme thing.
I was going to say, because most fans now probably don't even know who the hell he is.
Exactly. That's why I thought the Suplex City thing was stupid.
Yep.
And I don't give a damn what anyone says in the group we're in or any other group. I do not, I repeat, strongly do not want to see Brock Lesnar and Bill Goldberg wrestle again.
No, me neither.
They had a shit match at WrestleMania 20, and that's when Brock Lesnar actually wrestled. So
Yeah.
I'm really not in the mood to see Goldberg take 12 German suplexes, which will probably make them all look horrible.
Yeah.
Because he hasn't wrestled in years.
And will he be allowed to use the spear? You know, because that's the guy's move. So.
Plus, it's 13 years later. It's not like it's going to get any fucking better in the ring.
No.
Look at who said it was like, yeah, he's been wrestling this time. And I'm like, Bill Goldberg has not been wrestling for the last 13 years. Like, what are you talking about?
Bill Goldberg,
where's he been?
At one show in...
It was like Global Force or something. He speared and jackhammered Scott Steiner, and that was it.
Yeah, City Field. It was like Legends of Wrestling or some shit where he's like co-owner. And the jackhammer looked horrible. That he did on Steiner, I'm saying.
I hope this doesn't become a thing.
I really don't, because I have no desire at all to see it.
Nope. Last generation saw it. New generation shouldn't have to. We're good.
No.
Like I said, I put a post, I said, you thought Taker and Shane was bad? I was like, times that by 10.
Exactly.
Yeah, this is like when you say goodbye to somebody who isn't expecting to leave, but you still tell them goodbye. Like, that's what this is like.
Listen, I'd rather see Strowman, Corbin. Okay?
Oh.
Let's see Lesnar, Goldberg.
Oh, you know what? I hate myself for saying this, but I agree with you, because at least those two have a future. Like, ain't nobody want to see two fucking, like, one washed-up old guy and one UFC fighter who suplexes people.
Yeah, because at least back then Brock Lesnar did stuff and wrestled.
Yeah.
And what are you going to do? Put a 50-year-old man over your fucking... the guy who beat The Undertaker? Like, that's the problem with booking against Lesnar. You're booking against the guy who beat The Undertaker at WrestleMania. It's like, I know this fucking old man ain't going to beat fucking Brock Lesnar. Fuck out of here.
Well, it's going to be interesting. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
And I was about to say, like, you're not going to make me suspend my belief enough for me to believe that Brock Lesnar is going to lose to Goldberg in 2016. So what do you really spend the money on?
No, they're just going to bring him in to feed him to Lesnar or anything. But it'll be interesting to see now with this brand split, where does Brock end up?
Or does he not be affected by it?
Right. Is he just allowed to show up to any show whenever he feels like it?
Or pay-per-view only?
There you go.
You never know with Lesnar, because there's a different set of rules with him.
Right.
Oh, yeah, they got to pay him, so if he doesn't have to show up on either show, then they save the dates. Pay-per-view only. But no, that's a good question. That's a good thought.
Yeah.
I saw and you probably did too, guys, the leaked, rumored who's going to be on Raw, who's going to be on SmackDown.
Kind of looked the way that I would think. I mean, I think all the guys who have never been world champion, who are big names now, the Ambrose, the Cesaros, the Kevin Owens, whatever, they should all be on one show. That makes whoever, if they are in fact going to have two world champions, that would make whoever wins the inaugural world title again special.
Mm-hmm.
Because all the guys who've gotten all the glory already should be on the other show.
But don't you need guys who have already had glory on the other show to lend these guys, like to put these guys over?
The thing is that when they put them in the ring with these guys, they don't put them over. So,
well, if you're using Jericho as an example, he didn't need to really put AJ over, because do you even remember he lost to Jericho at Mania?
No, I don't remember anything from WrestleMania, because it seems like it never, like it's something that's not even important anymore. So,
well, because keep in mind, Jericho put Fandango over.
Yeah.
At Mania. I mean, he's always willing. It's
right.
Like the Dudleys are back now. It's just how they're booked. The booking boggles my mind. But it's not like they decide I'm going to win tonight.
No, I think what they should do is take all those guys, like I said, who've never been world champion, put them over there, and the guys who did get the glory, like the Jerichos, the Ortons, people we haven't seen in a while, at least Orton, right? Put them over there with Big Show and whatever.
Kane
and they could and they could build up those young guys with guys like that beating the older guys isn't going to really hurt them.
I don't mind it.
Yeah.
So long as it helps people. I mean, so is Raw going to turn into a graveyard then?
No, you keep Roman and Seth and Cena for whatever amount of time he wants to be on there with his Ellen DeGeneres shorts on. The guys who've been established, you You could keep Miz over there. Let Rusev take the U.S. title to SmackDown. Should he still be champion by that point? Whoever the U.S. champion is. And I don't know. They have a lot of questions up in the air because are they going to have two sets of tag team champions? Are they going to have two world titles? Because that original formula of the champion will wrestle a guy from Raw this month, and then next month he's going to fight a guy from SmackDown. That leaves the other show with nothing.
Yeah, you're right.
So,
and it makes no sense because they can't cross promote where if the champion from Raw is going to fight the person on SmackDown, this person from SmackDown can't come to Raw.
Right. So if the guy if the guy wins, whoever, let's say it's the SmackDown challenger. Okay, well let's use names here. We don't get confused. Roman Reigns is the champion, and Kevin Owens is his turn from SmackDown, right? So now, if Kevin Owens wins, he gets to go on both shows, and Roman Reigns stays on Raw, or does he go? It's confusing. So
what I understand they're going to do as of right now is the world champion will be on both shows.
Yeah, but what happens when Roman isn't the world champion? Exactly. Where does he go?
Well, and it doesn't help because then it just makes it seem like the world title is just like a hotcake being passed around because there's no story to build. Because you could get 2 or 3 matches out of whatever feud it is, like they did with AJ and Roman, they got 2 matches out of it. But if it's only, this month it's your brand's turn and next month is your brand's turn, then you're not building a story at all.
No, I agree.
I completely agree. So it's going to be interesting to see what they do with it.
Do you guys remember a couple months back there were supposedly pictures of a new world title being made of some sort?
No. Yeah, it looked like a copy of the old Winged Eagle belt.
Yes.
But it was silver.
Yes.
So, who knows?
Just to throw that out there, that was the thing.
That's it and we didn't know.
By the way, go ahead. I'm sorry. I'll say something that has nothing to do with this. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, it just could be, and I remember that today. There was that picture, so I mean, it's always something to keep in the back of our minds. But time will tell. It's only a couple months away.
In one of the great dirt sheet stories that I read today, that I have fun talking to Joey about this 3 or 4 times a week.
Yes.
That NXT TakeOver Brooklyn, all the tickets were, the show was suddenly canceled and then was reinstated earlier today. Because WWE, since they're promoting NXT TakeOver the End, that Ticketmaster somehow thought that was the end of the NXT brand. And I'm like, why do you sit there writing this bullshit?
Jesus Christ.
NXT.
Like I posted to you, Rich.
Yeah.
I said, how many fucking guys do they have signed? 60? 70? Maybe 80?
Almost 100.
That you don't see on television?
Yes. So, just like when, AJ, Gallows, Anderson, and Nakamura left New Japan in January, guess what? They just started with the stars that they had and they build new ones. Like any promotion does. And that's what NXT...
For example, NXT runs 2 shows. They have an A show and a B show.
Yes.
People don't understand that. There's so many guys that work the live shows that you've never seen on television.
Yeah, those 2 gargantuan guys that they release pictures of them, that they're like a tag team.
Yeah, they wear the masks.
Yeah, the big dudes. Still haven't seen them on TV.
Because they're green as fuck. But at least you got the internet talking about them before anyone's ever seen them. You're right.
Yeah, and that's how NXT does. They'll have a show where Finn Balor versus Samoa Joe is the main event, let's say. And then the other show is American Alpha versus the Revival in the main event.
Yep.
And then in a lot of those matches that you see on the Revival American Alpha show, you'll see people fight. You'll see two people that are opponents that have never once set foot on an NXT TV show.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that they're just trying to basically earn their stripes.
basically, so you know.
I mean, like I told you earlier, Rich, it's crazy to think about. WWE is going to have 4 touring brands at one point coming up.
Yep. Vinnie Mac got to make sure he stays in that billionaire bracket.
Ooh.
So that's the way to do it.
You better believe it. All right, everybody, we're going to get out of here for this evening. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. And we will see you next week for another breakdown of Raw. Have a good night, everybody.
Take care, guys.